So this is part 2 of your introduction to using Discover, the new resource discovery platform from the University of Bedfordshire. In the first part we looked at how you can find Discover online and how you use the search box and refining your results afterwards, because there's always going to be thousands and thousands of results that you get back. This part will look at how you can access the full text of the things that you've found, and then how you can save them for later. So whether you want to email them to yourself, print them, bookmark them, or send them to your RefWorks account, there's options for all of those things. And finally, we'll look at how you can set up a personal account. So back to my synthetic phonics search. As I go through, if there's one that I think looks really good, I can either jump straight to downloading the full text, or if I'm feeling a bit pressurised for time and I want to read them later, I want to bookmark them, I can add things to a folder. So it's a bit like sticking a post-it note in the pages before you go to the photocopier. I'm sticking a lot of articles in my folder, and now if I scroll to the top of the screen, I can see up here my folder's got a piece of paper in it. So if I click to open up the folder, there are my 5 articles that I've marked up. I can print, email, save or export. Export just means I'm sending it to my RefWorks account, which you'll hear more about later on. And again, if I've bookmarked a few too many, I could cherry pick the ones that I think look good. So I'm just going to choose 3. And then I can email those articles to myself, and the PDF will come as a separate attachment. So they'll all be waiting in my inbox. I can put in my university email address, my Yahoo address. I can put in multiple addresses if I want to, if I'm paranoid about losing the articles once I've found them. I'm going to go back to my results list. So I've got the full set of results that I was interested in. And if I wanted to read this article now, because I've got time to absorb it now, I can just click on the PDF full text, and as you can see, it opens as a complete article. I've got the abstract at the top, I've got the keywords and all the headings and everything in the article, and it's giving me all the details that I need if I want to reference it later on in an assignment. Over on the right hand side, I've got the same tools I had before: the print, the email, save and export to RefWorks. But I've also got options, some other options as well. This one is particularly popular. If I click on that plus symbol, it lets me bookmark the article and push it into my Facebook account or whatever social media I use, so Twitter or LinkedIn, or I can even put it on my Kindle. So it's a very useful little tool, that. If I go back to my results list now, I just want to show you a few extra bits that I can use to refine my search. Down here, I've already used the source types to say I just want academic books, academic journals. I've also got an option for geography, which is fantastic if you're interested in a topic but you only want to know what's going on in a particular country. So for instance, I could say Great Britain or England, or sometimes you need to do a comparative study, so you want to know about policies in Brazil or New Zealand or somewhere. So that's a very useful little feature that lets you limit your results by geography. You've got language, you've got content provider, you've got various other little bits and pieces which are preset and there for you to use as quick facets to limit your search by. But most of the time, this search box at the top of the screen is going to be your friend. So it's a very powerful little search box. If I put in dyslexia, I can use features like using a star to truncate my word, and that will find me any ending to that word, so dyslexic or dyslexia. I can add in phrases, I can combine phrases, so I could say middle school, and just use that search box to really target the articles that I want. So just to recap how we got here, I opened up my Brio page and followed the link to Learning Resources website. I used the link from the Learning Resources website to do my phonics search. And now I've done my search, I've refined my results, I've looked at my results, I've tried to email a result, I've downloaded a full text article. Everything I've done so far will only be available for the duration of this session on my web browser. If I want to be able to recover the material later on and rerun my search or keep tweaking my search or look at what I've got in my folder, I would need to sign into my personal account. Your personal account isn't set up for you, it's something you opt in to have. And the way I do this is by clicking on the sign in button at the top of the screen next to where the folder is, and I can put in my username and password if I've already set one up, or right on the right hand side over here it gives me the option to create my personal account just with the usual details. So it's very much like a Yahoo account or a Google account, anything like that. If you forget your password or even your username, it gives you the options underneath the login box on the left hand side to tell you, to give you a reminder about what the account is. But over here it just recaps what this will do for you. So it lets you retrieve your search history even if you've closed down your browser window and, I don't know, logged in at work and then wanted to look at the search that you've been doing on Sunday afternoon on your personal computer. It will find your search history, it will also find your folders, and obviously that list also includes things about being able to share things with other people as well. So if you're working on a group project, the personalised account can have useful applications. At the top of the screen as well, on this red bar, you've got quick links back to the Learning Resources website, to the library catalogue. If you wanted to reserve a book, for example, you could use the library catalogue link there to do that. And of course, you've also got a link to the subject guides. So at the bottom of the Education Subject Guide introduction page, you've got the contact details for Hilary and Adele. As the education librarian supporting your course, we are very happy to meet with you to give you further tips about how to use Discover. For example, if you want to explore how you can integrate it with your RefWorks account as well. RefWorks is that thing that lets you prepare your bibliographies, prepare your reading lists in Word, and it puts it all in alphabetical order for you and saves all the bookmarks and everything. So it's a very useful little tool if you're working on a dissertation or a big essay. You've got our email addresses there and you've got our telephone numbers as well. And please do get in contact if there's anything about Discover that you want explained to you in more detail. We're very happy to help.